Euro AUD potential buy there. On the daily time frame, we need to look at the break of structure starting from December 2022, 14th. This is a support level, a breakout from the support level. Market created a retest 1, retest 2, and it further tells us where price is coming to. Euro AUD will have a long day for the fall. It's going to be massive. The structure you can see on daily. On daily, we have a massive fall. We have to pick the weeks. So technically, Australian dollar is very much strong, and the euro seems to be, although the market is bullish on the long run. When you check euro in on the long run, for the monthly time frame, it's bullish. So I want price to play back into this zone for a potential buy. But on the temporary, on daily, we're going to find an opportunity if there is any. We will be looking at the structure to see what price is doing. So we have here, which I will call arrest, resistance becomes support. We have a breakout candle to the structure of resistance. Price has broken up from the support structure. But on return, we call it a retest to a broken resistance. It's not a support. So subsequently, I will have it as a support becomes resistance. So I want price to return back to this level where we are going to make a box on a daily. We want price to play back into the box. We are still going to find another opportunity to tell you the falling will continue. Euro AUD will continue to drop. Okay, so it is better to wait for the correction is not complete yet. This is what the structure is saying. I don't know if there's any other thing outside what the structure is saying, but I'm interpreting the structure for you. The structure says the selling will continue. It's not my own word. I didn't say it, but I will explain what I see from the structure. The price, euro, will continue to have a huge advantage over AUD will continue to have a due advantage over euro. This is what it means for now, and I'm going to prove it to you. I have my price creating an SR level in 2023 December. We'll have another SR level in June 2024. I expect price to play back into the zone, and we also look if we can find another break and retest. Can we find one? Yes, we can. We already found one, and the one we found will give us a buy opportunity for tomorrow. So what did we find? I'm going to label it purple. I love purple. So we have an ROS level. We are missing this point, but we will ignore it for this structure for now. We are going to ignore it and focus on what could potentially be a buy idea for today. Euro AUD will have a buy today based on the structure. This is a daily candle to have a buy today. On that buy, don't sleep on it. Do not sleep on Euro AUD buy idea. It will give a significant buy and return to sell. The reason is because the structure is giving more room to downfall. The structure has more room for sell-off. So we will look at the structure and interpret what we can see. We have a resistance level in the month of December 23. The breakout from that level, market came for retest. I will call it retest. So I go with retest with the retest candle, and price came back as retest. Now support becomes resistance. Support becomes resistance. Price came back. Price bought in the month of June. We break up that structure. This is a retest. The descending trend line. We have a retest. And when price came, it broke the structure. We have a breakout candle. What should we expect? It's a retest. This is a breakout candle. Yes, a breakout candle. And price is back in this zone. And based on the structure, UAUD closed the day on a strong rejection, respecting the descending trend line. Previously, resistance became support. And this is a new structure that buyers and sellers are playing. So I want price to respect this level and move up. And to the upside, we have a temporary daily rejection at this level, where you may begin to see further sell. You begin to see further sell at this zone. So I would like to label this red since we are selling, and use blue since green since we are buying. So this is what the structure interprets for now. Very plain structure. I love this structure. It's plain. I love it. Yeah, it's better to approach UAUD on a daily time frame. 5 hours, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They don't give clear directional bias. To have a clear bias in the structure of the market, especially buying daily rejection or weekly rejection, you need to look at it from the higher time frame. So on a higher time frame, price played back into a purple descending trend line. The purple descending trend line created a resistance point. The breakout from the resistance point, price return. For technically the 2 points I was gave the impetus to draw this trend line. We need at least 2 or 3 points to draw a trend. We need 2 or 3 to draw a trend at an angle. Yes, what we call trade angle. Trade angle is key. Price has respected one trend line at a particular angle. When price returns a weakest candle, it bought. It returned again in the month of May. Buying continued, returned again, second retest, which I'm going to call support become resistance, or you can call it a retest candle. When price came back on day we bought again before breaking the structure. The structure was broken because when you look from the left side, you will find that price have met a temporary resistance. A temporary resistance indicating that uptick will be impossible due to the fundamentals surrounding AUD against Euro. The fundamentals surrounding AUD against Euro is in favor of AUD, so the selling will continue until we get to our assigned selling zone. You see here we have a break of structure at this level, price formed the support at this level, we have a support at this level, the break of the support, price came back for retest, and we broke the structure and came back on retest, came back on retest. So we're gonna take this out and replace it with R. Yeah, I prefer RT. So let's bring RT here to do the work for us. So we have the two as retest candle. When price broke, it returned again as retest. I like to use a retest because the strategy is called break and retest. But the most important thing is to have the eye, to have the sight, to have the understanding of break of structure. That's the first thing in this picture is where was structure broken. So we have done this excellently. So you can see clearly when price came back, it got rejected and we moved, broke the structure. So we have a breakout structure here. So our breakout structure played out very well. This is a breakout structure, just like we have here another breakout structure. Price didn't come to this level. But when we got here, we rejected and bought for the daily. So I want price to return back to this level. So if price return back to this level, it's gonna be another lovely sell. So it's most likely we're gonna generate a sell from this level and further complete this sell. Maybe in this zone or maybe price will continue until it gets to this level. This will be a fantastic level to see price. This is another flaw, a long-term flaw. I consider this as a psychological flaw. A psychological flaw with a very strong influence. In the month of December, price was held actively. A break of structure in the month of March, what structure was broken, the support structure. Price return becomes a break of resistance structure in the month of December. You can see this is a resistance structure. What was broken? The resistance structure, price return as support. I call it RT. So I can call it RTSR. So it's serving a dual purpose. It's a retest candle and a new support become resistance. So when price return back, it becomes still an XR. So what's the next we look at for? A break of SR level becomes RS. So this level need to be filled. It's I call it isolation zone. This area has been isolated since June 2023. I expect price to come back and play into this level, but for now, we have met a temporary support. The temporary support in the purple trend line, descending trend line, have created history. For me, on daily, it's a critical line. We have here some support after price tested, created resistance on two different locations, break of the resistance structure, price refund at support. So it's normally represented as XR, support becomes resistance. So I will have it here as support become resistance, and price return again, we return again, respected in the month of May and bought actively when price came back to the level, respected again and broke once more. This is a breakout candle in the month of June. We play below a little bit and come to the red zone, another floor. This another floor that kept price in a very funny shape. So when price got here, price bought actively. I expect price to return here. But however, we have layer 1 support, we have layer 2 support. So we want price to return at layer 1 support. Failure to hold price at layer 1 support, we have a layer 2 support and a layer 3 support. So these are three levels of defense. So if you are a big equity trader, if you have a $1,000 trading account, you split your account into three and keep 50% for this zone. Give here only 10%. You give here 40% and give here 50%. The reason here is I do not trust this structure. The reason is because the market will be seeking a temporary correction. This is on the bearish side. This is a downward pulse, impulse on the downside, correction, another heavy impulse to the downside. We expect a correction. So this might be the correction you need to the bearish intake. So price might come here, correct up to this level. This level is a very strong psychological level, 1.61793. It's a very strong psychological level. When you look to the right, you look to the left, you will find a support in the month of December. You find another support in June 2024. The break of the structure price came back, we tested in July, and price have left in the month of July still and came back on retest. On a daily, you will find a rejection candle hitting this floor, and price returned again in the month of September, respected the structure, but once again, and broke the structure. Now we are meeting a daily resistance descending trend line. So we expect price to peak again to test this level 1.61793 as correction and continue the bearish impulse. So here seems to have more weight, seems to have more authenticity, seems to have more probability. So at this level, it's expected to wait for price at this level. Yes, it's expected to wait at this level. So that is the perspective for Euro AUD. Very nice structure, very nice structure, very, very nice structure.